Hello ladies, welcome to day 4 of the 365 day live challenge. Hi, how are you? Today we're going to be talking about our human limitations and how that coexists with manifesting, whether that's manifesting money, love, success, whatever it is. We are going to talk about human limitations and how they get in the way of everything that we want and desire. So the first thing that we need to know and understand is that we are humans we are spirits having a human experience. And so what that means is the human part of us is flawed, but the spirit and our soul is not. So everything that you deeply desire within your spirit and within your soul is pure. There's nothing wrong with it. And what happens is we have these deep desires and things that we truly want, but what tends to happen is our human gets in the way of that, right? The human says, it's not attainable, or that's too big of a goal, or that doesn't make any logical sense, or who are you to think that big and wish that big and dream that big and all of those things. So what tends to happen is our human, the flawed part of our human vessel, our brains, is that it is flawed. So today I really want to break down for you how we can really move through this and with this when it comes to manifesting. And this is something that I have utilized throughout my whole journey of building my businesses over the last 5 years. And this is something that I really dive deep into with my clients as well. And it's such an important concept because this is something that you can utilize with every single part of your life, and it's something that you can cycle back to. And this is something that you really have to work like a muscle, right? Manifestation is not a one and done scenario. It's something that we have to consistently be working on, okay? So, especially since we are spirits in a human body, we don't end the human experience until we die. And there's even, all of those other things that go into that after that and all of that. But we're going to be just focusing right now on the here and now, the present, the future, all of that. And even how to heal from the past as well, because it all goes hand in hand. So what happens is, this is the reason why the human is flawed, is we focus on why we aren't good enough. Right? So like I mentioned at the beginning, we have this deep-rooted desire, but then the human comes in and it says, no. You are not worthy of it because of this. And it will look and find examples of you and your life or whatever it might be to showcase and prove to you that you're not worthy. And that's where we get caught up. We get super caught up in all of our humanness. And so what happens is our, oh my gosh, sirens out there. What happens is our human will switch into human mode. We'll switch out of spirit and soulful feminine energy, divine feminine, and we'll switch into the human. And what happens is that if we spend most of our time in the human, we're less able to manifest and be on a higher vibrational level, right? Manifestation is all about frequencies and vibrations, and quantum field and all of that is all about living a soulful experience. And what I've really realized, even with everything that I'm doing, 2021 is really a year of love and intention, is trying to see things through a different lens so that we can have a different experience. We have the experiences that we have within our life and business and love and all of those things because we see it through a certain lens. Our life doesn't change until we change the lens. Okay, so something that really stood out to me, and this is something that I was really working on, really channeling today, was we don't know unless we know. So we don't know the possibilities until we know that they exist. And I'm going to give you the perfect example of this with my businesses and my love life and all of those scenarios, because I know that we all want the same things. That's the great thing about this conversation, is no matter what you want, we all want the same things, right? So it's going to translate for every single person, no matter where you are in your journey. And that's why this is so powerful. Okay. Also, I'm looking down at my notes in case you're wondering. The Magical Gold Manifestation Journal. This is where I write all the things in here. So we don't know unless we know. So we don't know the possibilities until we know that they actually truly exist. So for example, when I moved to the next level within my businesses, I have to sit and ask myself, what do I know is possible to exist? And then go deeper within that, and then go bigger beyond that. And that's where the quantum field comes in and all those other things, and that's for a different chat later on. Right? So if we knew that there was a different possibility and we were able to tap into that frequency, that's when we're able to manifest. But it's not until those two things combine that we're able to do that. It's also not until we're able to let go of our human experience and step into a soulful experience for things to really start to click into place, for the codes to start unlocking, right? And when I talk about codes, it's the energetic coding of manifesting. What do we want? How do we get there? We unlock these different codes, right? So, perfect example is when I first started coaching 5 years ago, if you would have told me that I would have accomplished what I've accomplished, I would not have believed you. So I didn't know it was possible at that time when I was first getting started, that 50K, 60, 75K months were possible. I would not have believed you because I didn't know that it was possible. I had heard of people doing it, but I didn't feel that in my soul as a possibility for me at that time. It wasn't until I felt that and aligned with that energy and frequency and showed up as that woman that it happened, that those months happened. So we don't know unless we know. Another perfect example of this is within my own love life. I didn't know that my dream man existed because I didn't even know if he was possible. So what I was doing was I was repeating old cycles and patterns of like dating really awful men. Just awful. Just like, why? Right? But it wasn't until I knew and understood and saw an example of what was possible for me in my love life that I called in Zeno. So it was like this really epic turn of events, and it clicked where I had to see an example of what I wanted and truly feel that it was possible for me in order to call it in. And he showed up within, I think it was about 2 weeks once I had made that, unlocked that code. And that's pretty quick, pretty awesome. But I've also been doing this for a really long time. And I've also gone through dating a lot of really awful people before I figured it out. It's the same thing with business. Sometimes we do a lot of dumb things. We make a lot of mistakes. Maybe we signed the wrong clients or whatever it might be. I have literally made every mistake in the book, and I will always own up to that. I've made it all. And the great thing about that is my clients don't ever make the same mistakes that I have made because I get to show them the easier route. I get to give them the shortcut, right? Instead of having to go through all the trials and tribulations and just freaking like, wanting to pull your hair out. We get to skip that process. So we don't know unless we know. So my goal, my job, what I really want to do with this 365-day live challenge within, I'm going to be going live every day in this group, is to show you what is possible and to expand your mind and to allow you to see the possibilities, get you out of your human brain and into your divine feminine and inside of your soul here, right? The context for 2020 that I'm really going to be relaying to you is my formula that I've created. It's inner magnetism plus divine feminine plus the badass equals a lifetime of abundance, evolution, and magic. So all of these things combined, having inner magnetism, becoming a magical woman, mixing that in with the divine feminine, knowing that it's coming to you, understanding that you're worthy of it, and allowing it to flow in. And the badass, the CEO, boss bitch who's going to sit at her desk. She's going to do all the things. She's going to get it done. She's going to feel good. That doesn't mean the hustle or the grind until, 24/7. That's not the vibe. The vibe is we're going to be intentional with our work. We're going to get it done, seal it up, mix that in with the divine feminine and the inner magnetism. And with that comes the lifetime of abundance, evolution, and magic, which is what we all ultimately desire, right? We all want, all of us, me, you, my audience, my clients, Everyone that I know in this world, all of us, we all want this. We want a lifetime of abundance, evolution, and magic. We want more money. We always want more money, more love, more all of these things. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more, ever. We just don't define our worth by what we have and what we don't have. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. Don't get caught in that. I've gotten caught in that before. So we all want the lifetime of abundance, right? We want the dream relationship, the love, all of it, the money, the time freedom, all whatever it is you desire, it falls into the abundance category, right? We want the evolution. We want to be constantly getting better because it makes us feel better and we're able to do better. We're able to do bigger, better, greater things. I get better every single day, not just for myself, not just for my clients, not just for you guys, not just for my audience, but for the whole world as a whole. My work is so much bigger than me. I don't just do it for me. Of course I'm going to do it for me, right? This is my business, right? My business is to lead the way for women. My business is to teach women how to have solid, successful businesses with soul and ease and flow, right? So when we combine those things, we get the magic. We get all of the fun, really beautiful things, right? This is what happens. So if you're not getting the things that you want, this could be your energetic dissonance. Is we focus on what we don't have versus the powers that we hold to manifest things. So we will focus on, well, I don't look like that, so I can't have it. Or I don't have this, so can't have it. Or I'm not worthy of this because of this. Or whatever. We basically will focus on all of the wrong things, all of the bad parts about us, instead of going in and asking yourself, okay, what powers do I hold and possess within my heart and soul that allow me to get what I desire, to achieve the things, to call in, to pull in, and to receive what I want and desire? What do I hold within me right now in this current moment? And that's how we switch from the human experience to the spirit experience. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. So we will essentially, and I've also done this in the past, where we're having a really awful moment, we're maybe not at our best, and we'll go through Instagram and we'll scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and be like, you know what, I can't be successful because, I mean, look at her life is freaking perfect. If you guys, I know some of you watch my story on Instagram. If we're not connected on Instagram, let's connect. Venus Rose Official. But I will show the highlights of my day every day on Instagram, and inspiration and all of that. Daily inspo on my Instagram. Okay, but what you don't see are the moments where maybe I'm not feeling so great. So we have to keep that in mind when we're scrolling through Instagram and we're having a really awful moment and someone else is showing you all of their highlights. And here's also the thing. There's nothing wrong with only showing highlights. But where we go wrong is we get caught up in the highlights. And we compare our low points to someone else's high points. That is where we go wrong. So when you're having those days or those moments or those weeks or those months or those years or whatever it might be, maybe it's time that we stop scrolling and we start actually creating content instead of just consuming. You can consume my content. You can show up with me live every day. But make sure that you're also not comparing all of my high points to your low days. Because I have low times and low days too. So that's something to keep in mind. All of us, we all want the same things. The beautiful thing about this is we are all having the same experience because we are all human. As far as I'm aware, I'm not an alien. I don't think so. Just, normal gal here. But we're all humans having this experience. So the beautiful thing about this is there's nothing different between me or you or anyone else. What I have done is all the deep inner work and growth and rebirth and invested a lot in myself and had a lot of mentors and coaches, and I could keep going on and on and on because I have evolved over time, and I've evolved very quickly, right? I'm 22, I'm about to be 23, January 17th, hey, woo woo, right? And I've reached the point of success that I've reached for a reason. But here's also the thing. I'm a normal girl. I'm from freaking small town Boise, Idaho, right? Grew up with a single mom. We were on government assistance. I did not have any help starting my businesses. Zero help. Zero. So what we need to do, if you don't have what you want, is we have to find out where your energetic dissonance is, right? And then implement the steps and the strategies and all of those things after that, once we can align with the thing, okay? Here's what I have really noticed within life is there's only a very small amount of people who are willing to go from good to great. There's only a small amount of people who are willing to see who they can become at their best. I do not believe that we ever reach the ultimate best human that we can be because we are growing and evolving over time always, every day, every hour, every minute, every second. That's the beautiful thing about the journey and all of that, right? Ernestina, video has no sound. Oh, weird. Can you guys hear me okay? Maybe try your volume and see how that works. Colette, we'll catch the replay. 4:25 a.m. Oh, yeah, catch the replay. Hi, Colette. Hi, Brienne. Okay, let me know. I'm really hoping that I'm not talking to myself here. Because that would be, that would be not a whole lot of fun. Okay. I'm going to keep going. We're going to hope that the video has sound here. All right, so we've tapped, okay, perfect. So here is the trap of the human experience. The trap is we feel like we're not worthy of becoming the ultimate best versions of ourselves because we are not quite perfect yet. We still have flaws. And a really good example of this is basically we would say, what's it? I'll give you the perfect one. I felt like I could never ever not wear makeup around other people unless my face was flawless. Here's the scenario. Faces will never be flawless because they're faces and skin, right? And it was a moment of saying, you know what? I'm still worth it even though I'm not flawless. Like, I can still be beautiful and have flaws. Now that's a difference. Perception. Is we can say, you know what, I'm still worthy even though la la la. Still worthy of love even if I don't, whatever. That's where we have to be willing to always go from good to great and to always know and understand that our work is never done. And that's the beautiful part of being a human. And being a spirit and having a human experience. We're never done. It's a really, really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. So how do we navigate this? How do we navigate being a human? How do we navigate tapping back into spirit when we know we're getting in our heads as humans? We have to be willing to become our ultimate best despite knowing that we have flaws. We need to tap into spirit and our divine feminine. We have to flip the switch, flip the script, see it through a new lens. And our work together for these next however many days of the 365-day life challenge, right? We are going to see your life and your business and all of the things that you want to manifest through a new lens. That is our goal. Right? Okay, so I believe this is day 4. We have come to the closing of day 4. For those of you who want to learn how to work with me, if you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I need to work with Venus ASAP, then you can stay on for the next, minute or so. I'm going to tell you about something exciting about how you can work with me. For those of you, if day 4 training is done for you, awesome, hop off. I will see you tomorrow for day 5. It's going to be epic. But for those of you who want to learn about how to work with me and how to go deeper within this work, then go ahead and keep watching. So, what I want to let you know is if you are wanting to really dive deeper within all of these concepts of the divine feminine, building your business, what are those strategical steps within that? What's the energetic piece? What's the quantum leaping and all these beautiful, amazing things that I invite you to apply to work with me on a one-to-one basis. So I have a private coaching position spot open available. So this is deep, deep work. You and I work together one-to-one for 6 months. The beautiful thing about this is you get unlimited access to me. So my private clients, they get to Voxer me Monday through Friday. We have weekly calls together, and they are put into my programs for free. So one-to-one is the ultimate VIP experience. You and I, 6 months. It is the biggest up level you will ever experience, ever. It's going to be epic in all areas of your life, not just your business or energy or love or whatever it might be, but it all coincides. It's this really beautiful energetic exchange of me, you, 6 months, and massive up leveling. One call could literally change everything for you, and that happens quite often. And working with me one-to-one shows you what is possible. It helps you to work through your fears. I know that investing is scary. I do it all the time. I've been doing it for 5 years. I'm still currently doing it. Still currently investing in my coach. And the moment that you decide to invest in yourself and tell the universe, hey, I'm willing to show up, I'm willing to trust the process, and I'm willing to feel the fear and do it anyway, then that is when it will show up for you. And the beautiful thing about this is when you invest in yourself, we get to expect that it comes back for you however big you would like it to. The possibilities are endless. Again, my job is to show you what is possible and to give you the reins, to give you the reins of your life, to say, you know what, I'm empowered, I own this, I am powerful, I take my power back, I am going to run my business, I run the show, I am the CEO, I am the divine feminine, I am going to sit here, be myself, show up, and then I get paid. That's how I run my business, that's how my clients run their business. Things have really shifted within the industry. There's no more DMs. I'm no longer running ads. I no longer have my ads team. I had an entire ads team. I had about, probably 8 to 10 people, my ads team, running Facebook ads for me. We're not doing that anymore. We are literally running business with energy, with me showing up, being who I am, being so authentic, just here's me, and this is who I am. You can choose to work with me or not, and it's okay either way, right? That is a different type of energy. There's no DM, I don't DM people, I don't do sales calls anymore. I've tried all of it, you guys. I've been doing this for 5 years. I started out literally by putting flyers up in Starbucks and local coffee shops and stuff like that, right? I didn't even know how to use social media. Luckily, you guys get to learn how to do that. You get to learn the power of social media, how to truly up-level your life and your business in all of the ways that you never thought possible. To completely transform 2021 for you. Completely. Right? You can even sit on this question is, if you could have it all in 2021, what would you have? What would you achieve? What would you feel? What would you accomplish? How do you want 2021 to work out for you? That's why my clients choose to work with me, because they look at those questions and they say, you know what, I want 2021 to be my year. I want 2021 to be the year that all of my desires became my reality. And so that's why they work with me, because they do. All right. I love you guys so, so much. If you would like more info on how to work with me privately, you can send me a DM and I can send over the info for you there. All right. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 5. Bye, guys. Good night. Or good morning. It's morning for you. Bye.